talking about inclusion. I mean, this is just warm, fuzzy babies, puppies, kittens. Or maybe you showed up for my session because you thought I was going to be some crazy militant chick and burn my bra. That could be a pretty interesting way to get over that post-lunch slump. Now, I'm not a fan of bras. I think they're instruments of torture. But they are far too expensive to burn. And I'm a capitalist. I like making money. Warm and fuzzy is great, but it does not pay the bills. So I took that with me into second grade when there was a run for class president. And I looked and saw that the only other people running were boys. And that didn't seem right to me. So I ran, and I ran under the slogan, "Vote for Maureen, and you've got your queen." Yes, we were learning rhyming, and I won. I continued that path into leadership and capitalism in high school. Class president, editor of the newspaper, varsity sports. I mean, if that hair is not a testament to hard work and commitment, I was 5 years in, and I was set to take that next step up the leadership ladder, and I quit. I quit. I walked out the door and never looked back on a job that I loved, at a company that I loved. Why would I do that? And why are you experiencing that? Why are you investing in women and diverse employees like me, right, who are highly engaged, highly motivated, flight risks? We're going to talk about how unconscious bias and really dig in on how it's impacting your talent management practices and how it's impacting your ability to build diverse and inclusive teams. We're going to talk about what companies are doing, forward-thinking companies are doing to interrupt that bias so they are creating workplaces where everyone can thrive. Because I think you have women and employees just like me, that if you don't make some changes, you're going to lose. So I'm going to ask you to do something. Do what's comfortable to you. When I ask you to do this, I want you to do one of three things. I either want you to stand on your chair, sit on the floor, or turn your chair so that you are looking in a completely different direction. And then I'll give you a set of instructions once we've done that. Do what's comfortable to you. Ready, set, go. I can always tell how game an audience is by that. You guys scored a 10. Let's dig in a little bit on the brain science behind this because it's important for understanding how bias impacts. How many of you have a pancreas? Little insider tip, if you didn't have one, you'd be dead. The pancreas and the brain have something in common, and that's that they're both organs. Now, if I were a diabetic, I could do a whole bunch of research and understand how my pancreas was not secreting insulin properly. What I could not do was then turn around and say, all right, pancreas, do it right. Yet we expect people to be able to do that around unconscious bias. Our brain is an organ. Unconscious bias is a part of the way it functions. Knowing is not enough. Straight up, straightforward unconscious bias training will get you nowhere. Right? It's like asking the diabetic, hey, you understand, so you don't need insulin. Instead, what we have to do is we have to hack our biased brains. We have to put bias interrupters in place. This is probably the only pop quiz you'll ever take where having no answer is the right answer. You just got to peek in the box of your own biases. You can't come up with a characteristic for a whole group of people unless you have filtered that through bias. We understand women are going to have babies. We understand they're going to care. We understand employees are going to have life events. We think that it's easier to retain them through those couple of months or years than it is to find and get somebody else up to speed. So they treat this like fingerprints. It's very individual for each person. Moss Adams, their professional services company on the West Coast, they looked at their growth goals and they said, we can't do this just with white male partners. So they said, we're going to hire for retention. And they've got a program. You have to be a high performer. It's for a period of time. It's got to be good for you, and it's got to be good for the company. And with those things in mind, they create flexible policies during life events. One of the most powerful things that you can do is the rule of two. Kaiser Permanente put this in place with their former CEO and changed their numbers in a very short time. He said this: if you are bringing me somebody for promotion, stretch assignment, anything that is an opportunity, only 2 of those candidates can look the same. The 3rd, the 4th, the 5th had better be diverse in some way. It makes you go back. The companies that I've worked with that have implemented Rule of 2 have incredible stories about, we did, our first slate was 5 white guys, and then we said, no, gotta have the Rule of 2. And lo and behold, we started to look, and we have talent all over the place. It just wasn't what we saw in our headlights right away. And I think we start to think about this very programmatically. We have to have policies and we have to have procedures. But you are the biggest bias interrupter. It's you asking those questions. Where is the diverse talent? What else could be true? Do we have the right numbers in the talent pool? Are we implementing the Rule of 2? We want to be a place where everybody comes and feels like they belong and can bring their best selves and what that means for our team. Remember the kids, they're watching you. Your legacy can be about creating this workplace. Thank you.